Friday, 512-1709. Welcome to the Tulsa Music Stream. And now, your hosts, Scott, Jana, and Nine. You wanted the dirt on Tulsa. You got it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tulsa Music Stream. And it's just Tulsa Music Stream. We have a cool show for you guys on this lovely Thursday night. Starting around 6:30, we're going to be bringing in Alex Grossi from Quiet Riot. He's the guitar player. And on the second hour, we're going to have Chip Enough from Enough's Enough, the bass player. And he's going to be cool. He's going to be fun. Both guys are going to be fun. And just make sure you share the stream on your favorite pages, your favorite groups, your own pages. That way we can get more people than two.
Well, we're doing good so far on that.
Right.
So that's a good sign.
We want a good crowd for these guys.
Right.
What do you guys got, man?
It's a nice hot day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nine and Jana right over here.
Hello there.
Good evening.
It's a steamy, hot one out there. Got some good friends in the chat. Elizabeth Talcott, thanks for sharing the stream. Laura Dobbs. Leslie Bailey Allred, thank you for sharing. Neil Parks. Dan Steele
He's
in
from
Denver.
Welcome.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Hey, that's great. Welcome, Colorado. Glad to have you. It's going to be a cool show, man. Alex is a cool guy. Do we know exactly how many years he's been with Quiet Riot? I did not do the math. I know it's been a long time, and
It's been a while.
I'm anxious to get into it with him. We've got about 5 minutes to kind of banter before
that's why we're here.
I know. We like jumping in a little bit early on our national artists. Just to kind of get loosened up a little bit and get ready for it. I'm excited. We'll get to our sponsors after these two interviews, but we've added a new sponsor. I'm real excited to tell you guys about it because, excuse me, it's a big deal. And their addition to the program is making our restreaming possible. So we're gonna tell you about that sponsor shortly. And you know what, guys? There was one thing we did not have time to do on the last show.
What was that?
Do a little very quick recap of the crew tribute.
Oh, right.
It was a blast like the previous two. Do you guys have any particular highlights that stick out from that one?
Oh,
A lot of stuff. The pyro.
God, it was incredible.
All the cool, effects and stuff. The badass back screen.
No kidding.
That was really nice to have and play in front of. That was really cool.
The videos, right?
And
just the people, the fans, man. They made it all. Really, it's not fans. It's like Stephen Pierce said.
Friends.
All of our friends, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, the whole music scene. That was really cool, man. It was everybody. It was really hot too in there, man. But everybody loved it. Everybody was looking forward to it, and I don't think it disappointed in any way.
It did not. Those shows have been so well attended, all three of them, and it just shows Tulsa's passion, for seeing the local guys and gals get up there and play these songs of our heroes, and it was just a celebration every time we do it. And word is that was the last one. A couple of us have hopes and dreams that maybe it wasn't, so we'll see what might happen down the road. But it was a good time. I hope not too. It's very bonding. It really bonds the music community and community as a whole. So.
Yeah, fun times.
Definitely.
We are we are streaming on multiple platforms. If you guys would rather see us on YouTube, and different televisions, you can cast differently on, like YouTube is better to stream on certain TVs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I do Facebook, it only does the one TV. The other is not so much. I'll have to go around to get that going, but. Yeah, Twitch, Twitter. We're on Twitter if you'd rather tweet and retweet it. You can get on Twitter and retweet this show. That's always cool. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please.
And the more the merrier. We can get more people in there and interact with us on YouTube as well. And we're trying to build this show as big as Bigfoot.
Man, that's pretty big,
That's
Scott.
large.
That's
large.
Humongo.
That's
Humongo. Few minutes. You know what? Since we've got a few minutes here, I do want to talk about what we have coming up. Nine and I were talking, looking at the upcoming schedule, and it's like, man, this is just kind of crazy. The stuff that is falling out for us, and some people out there have been very key in assisting us with this. Some of these we've just kind of gotten on our own just by sheer will. So I'm proud of everybody who's making an effort to make this show strong. Tuesday, July 13th at 7 p.m., Mr. Ron Keel will be on with us. The one after that, Saturday, July 17th at 1 p.m. is Mike Kroger from Nickelback. Wednesday, July 21st, this one just fell out yesterday. Wednesday, July 21st at 7 p.m., Jizzy Pearl of Quiet Riot will be on with us. After that, it's Sunday, July 25th at 7 p.m., Greg Chasen of Badlands. And we just added Jeff Scheel from Gravity Kills to that episode. That's going to be cool to get caught up with him. And then how fitting that Billy Sheehan on August 5th at 7 p.m., that's a Thursday, will be episode 40 for
Gosh,
us.
he's the guy that just makes you go, oh my goodness, man.
I saw him with the Open Up and Smile tour.
Yeah,
Did you?
Eat 'em
With
and Smile.
Cinderella.
Yeah, I saw that tour too.
Yeah, it was really cool. Him and Steve Vai chasing each other around and stuff.
Right.
And so that was really cool.
Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Phil Lewis. I see that he's watching. Hi, Phil. We
Hey,
hope you're doing
what's
well.
up, Phil?
LA Guns.
Man, we hope you're doing well out there. We'd like to get caught up with you and see how things are going. So let's hook up. Thanks for
I'm
tuning
sitting
in.
in his chair.
You are.
Shit, goddamn it.
Get out of Phil's
There's
chair.
3 of us now, Phil.
Just continue to share and invite your friends to the stream, and let's build this up. You know, I've always thought on a weeknight what the best time to do that on. Probably 7 o'clock is better because people are still getting off of work and eating
Yeah.
dinner and
That's
all
true.
that shit.
It's true.
I agree. I'm going to kick off this meeting and. Oh, it is.
Boom.
Oh, I hope we don't get a bunch of those audio. We're trying to record tonight, so we're going to get this going, and
We're newbies
we are.
to the big boy process,
Right.
right?
We'll start our virtual camera. We'll wait for Alex to hop in here with us. Hopefully he will be joining very soon.
Yeah, it looks cool over there.
Man, it does.
We got a new camera too. That's great.
Yep, definitely so.
Hmm.
So we'll wait for Alex to jump in. You guys got anything else interesting going on?
I've been talking to someone, and we're trying to get a hold of Tammy Down still. So I'm still working on that. I don't know if that's gonna, come about. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. But I am, persistent.
Just know that we're always looking for good guests, interesting guests. So we reach out to a lot of people, and of course we expect not to get answered by a lot of people too.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? A lot of them are so gracious. I mean, such as Rudy Sarzo, who's so gracious, and so we're always trying to get different people, and so
It's definitely true.
trying to step the game up every single time.
Thanks for joining the chat, Scott Gurley and Lori Brass.
Yes, appreciate you guys. He is not here yet, but hopefully soon. Now this right here, this kind of situation is what separates the big boys from the small boys. So, and girls. So we gotta do what's called fill. So, fill time.
Oh, right.
So
Well,
if you guys could get in, if you had a dream guest on here, who would it be?
I'm gonna say Paul Stanley. That'd be kind of cool.
Man,
I'll work on that.
I'm gonna say
Ace
I
Frehley.
think Jerry Cantrell would be a good one. He's
Wow.
from Oklahoma,
yeah.
and I think that would be a good. It's not if you say dream guest. I think I could count 10 of them.
Right.
So, Paul McCartney. Although we might,
Wow.
I don't know if he has Zoom or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop Alex a message here real quick. We did touch base, and he was
Yeah,
was
we're
a
always
go.
still gonna interview locals. Yeah.
yeah,
I
definitely.
think Jeff Shields kind of local, isn't he? So we
Yeah,
got him coming
yeah.
on, and we've done a lot of them so far, and so we've just had to step up our game a little bit, go up the next notch up higher. I mean, that was always our game plan from the get-go.
Right.
As I said in a lot of the earlier shows, I've always said that we were going to do some locals and stuff, and then eventually, move up to the nationals and stuff like that, because I mean you can only do so much, and you know, a lot of times too, you know, you get a lot of the local fans that will come in the show, and then you know they're gone because their favorite local is no longer
Right.
on the show.
Right.
So in order to keep a consistent viewership and everything like that, you know, have to bring in some exciting guests, some national guests that people will go all like excited about, and then everyone from all over the place, like California and Denver, like tonight, will come in to listen to, you know, Alex and
Right.
Chips Enough and people like that.
I think that also we've started to learn with the national people. Time flies by very quickly,
Yeah.
and so we've learned not to pack too many guests onto one show. So when you get a guy like Rudy Sarzo, who actually was on a show with somebody else, you know, there's just shows that you just want to give that person ample time to get their story out. Like with Stephen Piercy, it seemed like 30 minutes, and we were on for an hour and 27. So, you know, we're trying to be careful about the time. We don't want to do 3-hour shows. I mean, it's hard to get people to stick around for a 3-hour show
Right.
or a 3-hour tour as well.
It's true. Still waiting. So you guys hang with us for a little bit. We're gonna have to fill a little bit more. Why don't we?
So we're going to have a lot of Quiet Riot going on here. I mean, we've had Rudy Sarzo. We're going to have Alex on here in a few minutes, and then
Jizzy
we're going to have
Pearl.
Jizzy Pearl. So it's, you know, I guess we're partial to Quiet Riot.
Hey
Absolutely.
man, there's nothing wrong with
Not
that,
at all.
right?
Not at all.
Are you guys going? Well, you're playing Rocklahoma.
I am, yeah.
I'm hoping that we get to go to Rocklahoma.
Welcome, Jason Fritz, Denise Dossing.
Hi, Denise.
Yeah, the Stephen Piercy interview. Now that was a really cool interview. I mean, he was just chilled and relaxed.
Yeah.
you know?
Man, he was a
Yeah.
cool dude.
He's a rat bastard.
I
And then
thi-
the next night he was out. He played with Hairball last night and did Lay It Down. And there was a video out there I saw. So you know, just did an interview. The next night he's on a plane, and then he's on stage, and then he plays tonight in Minnesota. So
Also, the Steel Panther played last night, you know, so if you went to the show, let us know in the
Oh,
chat room how
definitely.
that was, because they played two. They played an early show and they played a late show. And I saw some of the pictures. It looked like a lot of fun. I've seen some people say it was one of the best concerts they've ever seen, and it was really funny too, and I can imagine it was.
Do you like Steel Panther?
I do. I think, yeah, I do. I mean, they don't take themselves seriously at all. They
Right.
they know what they are, and so yeah, I think they're funny. I do,
Yeah.
and they're good musicians too. So, yeah, I do. Do you like them, Scott?
yeah, they're okay. I mean, I haven't gone out and bought all their albums or anything like that.
No.
I mean, it's just kind of a comedy thing for me. And
Right,
I,
it
you
is.
know, I
It's-
don't take it too seriously.
Right. It's
you know?
it's funny. It's comedy.
So
yeah.
I'm not into comedy metal. I guess comedy rock.
Well, it's the I can't. I mean, they're phenomenal musicians. You can't deny that.
No, not at all.
I've always struggled with: are they making fun of the genre, or do they really love the genre and they've just kind of figured out a funny way to, celebrate it and carry it on? I don't know.
Maybe we need to get them on the show and ask them.
We're gonna have a confrontation.
So
No, I'm kidding.
Steel Panther, Michael Starr, we're gonna need to talk to you.
Right.
Satchel, Russ Parrish.
Yeah. I knew, things have been going so smooth, and it was a matter of time before an artist either was late or didn't show. I mean, he's only 5 minutes late, so.
I'm sending him an email.
Okay, yeah, I sent him a private message on Messenger. That's how I've been talking to him. But anyway, sometimes things happen too, so it's all good.
Tis.
Cool.
Awkward.
Hey, Jamie Hooper, how you doing? Rick
Rick
Irving.
Irving.
Maybe while we wait, we open it up for some questions in the chat room. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Well, we got Matt Hillhouse. I think it says Hillhouse. I don't know. Ann Hunt's in the house. All right. Cool. What's going on?
What's so funny?
This just, it was bound to happen, y'all. It's been going pretty smooth, and
Oh, this is no problem at all.
That's what we
Well,
get for going live.
tell us. I know that's so true. That's so true.
Ask people who they would like to see on TMS.
Oh, that is a great
great
question. Great question.
Sure.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
us know.
Who would you like to see on Tulsa Music Stream?
Why is it I'm always in a DMS or an EMS or a TMS? Why is it?
It's your-
What is
it's
that?
meant to be? Oh, you were in EMS. That's right.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like, who's
right.
it? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ems.
Tell us where you're playing tomorrow night.
I'm playing in a place called. I'm playing with Mudflux in a place called. Oh shit! It's called.
Wait.
Chickasha, Oklahoma, and it's just outside of Oklahoma City. We're playing at a place at a festival called Twister Fest, I believe it is, and I think we go on at 7 o'clock, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So we're going to take a little road trip and come home, get to sleep in my own bed, which is always a bonus.
That's super
So I'm looking
cool.
forward to it. It's going to be really fun.
Very cool. Well, y'all just keep.
I want to say I think Travis Bond and his band are playing.
This meeting is being recorded.
Sorry, I had to make damn sure that I was in the right meeting, and I was, but I just double checked it. So
Anyway,
yeah, please proceed with your story.
I just was
Sorry.
saying I think that Travis Bond's band is also playing this event tomorrow evening too.
Really.
So yeah, I get to check them out.
So here's well, I hope please drive safely. Very important that
Oh,
you
of
do
course.
that. Wear your seatbelt. All
Of
that
course.
good stuff. There's a comment.
We have Laura Dobbs and Gene Simmons in the chat room.
What?
I'm
No,
just
no,
kidding.
no.
I know. It's,
She wants to see Gene
I
Simmons on the
know.
show. So do we.
I-
So do we. Without a doubt,
That's
that would be
funny.
great.
Gene would be cool.
Gene would be ready. He'd be like, "Listen, you think I'm an asshole, Ramsey?"
Hey, Nine, you have a question. Oh, I think I just got a message from somebody. Nope, I didn't.
I have a question.
No, here's a question from Jason Fritz. Brian, I heard you're a wrestling fanatic. Who's your favorite wrestler?
I'm not a wrestling fanatic.
Oh, Jason, what are you drinking tonight?
I don't watch that.
Must be
Now,
another.
when I was a little kid, I did, and
Okay.
my favorite was the Junkyard Dog. But that's a long time ago. So no, I'm not a wrestling fanatic though.
Well, if you were,
If
who
I
would it be?
was, I don't know. I don't know any wrestlers today.
I know. I know the guy that killed his family.
Oh, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, he is not my
I don't think
favorite
he's
wrestler.
currently active because he killed himself too.
Oh no, he is
So,
not.
Now we've turned into a pro wrestling
That's
show.
not even funny. That's
How about the Von Erichs? I used to
terrible-
like the Von Erichs when I was
Yes.
a little kid.
Yes.
How about that? Is that an answer?
That is an answer.
Okay. All right. I did go see wrestling once with my dad when I was like 12 or 13.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Thought it was real then, but then I learned. This is enough about me, though. Okay.
Eddie Trunk, yeah.
Eddie Trunk. We'd like to get Eddie Trunk on. I think
Yeah.
we've worked on that. We're going to see what we can do.
Tell us some local artists you want to hear from too. I mean,
I
we
wonder if I can get a hold of Chips enough and just have him come on in early. You know.
Give it a try.
at this point, let's do anything. I knew we were due one of these episodes. This is kind of good entertainment
Oh, I
because
don't
I
mind.
think the viewers are sitting there kind of, they're shirking for us. They're uptight. This is an uptight situation, but you know what? The good news is the sun rises in the morning either way.
We'd like to
right?
get Wolfie Van Halen in here. We'd like to get John Bon Jovi in here. Tell him have a nice day. We owe that to him, don't we?
I don't feel like I owe him anything because he's loaded.
I mean, he. There's a lot of guys that you just have to go through a lot of red tape to get on the show. So
I know.
we've been lucky with a lot of guests that we haven't had to do that. And then there's been some really good people to work with to get some of the other guests.
Yeah. Oh, Elizabeth said John no longer wants to be associated with his 80s music. I did not know that. Wow, that's a trip. I did not know that. So what does he want to be known for? What he's
Have a
doing
nice
now?
day.
You
You
too.
can't go home. Oh, thanks. Thanks.
So did you've been texting Alex? Or?
Yeah, I sent him a private message and
Oh, on Facebook.
yeah, because that's how we've been communicating. I said, "You
Oh.
coming on?" He hasn't read it. I'm worried that something's happened to him. I hope he's okay. I mean,
Things happen, Maybe he. I don't know.
Worst comes to worst, we can sit here and yammer and yap our jaws for a while, and then if it just gets too bad and we run out of too much stuff to say, we could technically go off the air and then come back on at 7:30?
Well,
I don't know.
usually we're always like, let's make sure we have a few minutes for banter. And
Boy,
this
we've
is the
got it
first,
tonight.
This is the first time we've actually been forced to fill up airtime.
You know what we ought to
what I
do?
mean?
I'm going to tell you what we ought to do. We ought to break out. Jizzy Pearl sent us his book.
Oh, that's
today,
right, yeah.
And we ought to break that out and read it.
Read some
on the
chapters to you. I was told to make sure to ask him about the Hollywood sign incident. So I got a buddy, Kevin Hill, lives in Colorado, and he said to make sure I asked Jizzy about the Hollywood sign.
The Hollywood sign.
Yes, so I'm gonna. Jason Fritz wants to see Dee Snider in here. The problem is I called Dee a prick on one episode.
He
so
will not know.
I know he's
And now
not
you
gonna
said
watch.
now you done it twice.
See,
No,
you
I've
should
done
have
it two
even brought
different-
it up.
You know.
Alex was on Facebook 10 minutes ago, so
You know,
All right.
we talked about the time zone change, and it is 4:42 in Vegas, correct? I mean, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I have a funny feeling he's gotten tied up with something because he's very professional and like super organized. So I hope he's all right. Hope he's all right. He may be tied up with something. I want more viewer questions.
yeah, we can do a music book club.
Okay.
Do Stephen Piercy's Sex, Drugs, and Rat and Roll.
The dirt.
Oh,
The
like where
Dirt.
we read it and then review it here on TMS? Talk about our favorite chapters?
Well, we have to have a little guy in a suit that we cut to, and he does the little book reviews. You know? Hi, I'd like to talk to you today about "Come as You Are: The Untold Story of Nirvana."
Now we need more cameras for that.
We do. We're gonna need like a little plush chair for him to sit in somewhere.
And more square footage.
That's true. That's
This
true.
room is running out of room.
So,
I don't know, fellas. What do you think?
are we sure Las Vegas is 2 hours behind?
Yes.
Okay, because I know my brother lives in Arizona, and they don't change. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. I don't remember. But
What's amazing is we're actually holding people. I think they're waiting to see how this drama unfolds. I'm
there's
gonna
no drama.
and now I'm gonna Google what time is it in Vegas. I mean,
It's 2 hours behind. I mean, it's
Yeah, it should be. It's
it's PST.
what time? Oh, damn it!
Yeah, Sebastian would be cool.
I reached out to Sebastian. That's one of the people I haven't heard back from yet. But and also I don't want to bug people too much, so I'll just send them email number 60 probably next week. I'm just kidding. Hopefully he'll get back to me. What do we
Yeah.
got, Scott?
Bring us questions, folks, because we're
Well,
still waiting.
no disrespect, guys, but I'm not surprised by this because my own experience with Alex, as well as a few other people I talked to, Alex is
Who's saying that?
some guy.
Some young guy?
Yeah. I don't want to talk shit. It's all
No,
good.
it's okay.
No.
We'll leave that to everybody else.
So you want to talk about our troll from last night?
I want to talk about anything, honestly. Like, I mean, it's you talk about a wide open blank canvas. We've got it.
Well, you know, he said he said something about the New York shirt that I was wearing, even though we're in
Yes.
Oklahoma. But
Yes.
I'd like to tell him if he's watching, motherfucker, I'm from San Diego, so I'll wear what I want.
You just made this an 18 and up program. Way to go.
We do that every time.
Well, it's like
Wait, Stephen Piercy made it that, and you didn't say anything to him.
don't. Oh well, he's Stephen Piercy.
Okay.
You just keep working your way up. All right.
All right.
No, I mean it's kind of dumb. It's like, yeah, we wear shirts that say different cities and
Yeah, and
states.
this guy was an idiot, man.
Well, you know, he had a fake profile. It's all
He
good.
did. And he had a picture of Tom from
like-
MySpace,
we like
right? Is it
haters.
MySpace?
Yes, it was where he's sitting there. Hey, you know what? I know what we can do to pass some time.
Chat room is hanging.
Thanks,
They're
guys.
Hanging with us.
Thanks
I
for
don't
hanging.
know.
We're this is just the warm up here.
Watch, we're gonna play a game since we have time to play one.
All
I
right.
want everybody to
Meet Tom.
look at this camera. Wave. Okay, now I want you to look at that camera. Wave. Back. Hey,
So
Check it out.
let's just go ahead and do the interview.
son bitch.
So pretend that this is Alex.
All right, I'll answer.
Be careful, guys.
All right, so
Be careful.
did you try to move on and see if you could get a hold of?
I try to get a hold of Chip,
Chip?
but he's not answering either. So maybe it's going to be a 0 for 2 night.
Huh.
Oh, is someone's asking about new shirts? I guess I missed that. Yes, you got. Oh, that's a great topic that'll pass 90 whole seconds. we are working on a new Tulsa Music Stream shirt design. You guys did such an amazing job buying up the first one. I mean, they're all over the place, and we're so humbled by that. We're so honored. I think there was one at the Steel Panther show last night. Kick ass. That's awesome. But yes, we're working on a new design, and those should be available very soon on that online store that Todd Cook manages for us. Well, crap, maybe we should talk about the sponsors. Let's just do that.
Talk about them. They're all amazing.
Jason, no, we are not going to have Tulsa Music Stream Speedos. I'm sorry. That is not on the docket.
I have Alex's number. You want me to call him?
I would love for you to call him and just see what's going on. Oh, are you going to put him on there?
I mean, that's the way to do it.
I don't think you should put them on there. I think you should call them on your phone.
I think
All right.
just...
Hi.
Oh.
Welcome to Verizon.
He's on.
Thank you for hanging
Hey,
with
Alex,
us.
how are you? This is Scott from Tulsa Music Stream. Are you going to come in the Zoom? Okay. We're live now. Huh? 6:30. No, it was 4:30 your time, 6:30 our time. All right. Okay, thank you. He's coming in. He thought it was 6:30 his time.
Oh,
So we always got to get those CDTs right, man.
See, look.
I
It
know.
says I'll be ready at 4:30.
So hey,
Huh.
we got him.
Wow.
I just I
It's
went
all
to
good.
check his email to see if I could find the number, and there it was.
The show. Maybe we should start the show again right here.
Please pretend that the last 15, 20 minutes didn't happen.
Hey,
Okay.
thank you guys for sticking with us, though.
Yeah.
This was bound to happen eventually, like she said. We don't feel stupid. We feel smarter, honestly.
This was a learning experience, but maybe he has to boot up his computer, so just keep on keeping on. Yeah, not yet.
It's all right. He knows.
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Michael Bauer says, and take two.
So we're going to be talking some quiet right here.
Should have just done that before we even send him out a reminder, like we're supposed to.
Adams.
But the thing is, we work.
I
we
did send
don't-
out a reminder.
Well, yesterday though.
Yesterday wasn't soon enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, man.
Like 2
Come
hours
on,
before. It's
man.
like we're going live in 2 hours.
You ever heard on Jim Rome the guy that goes, come on,
man.
come on.
No.
No, the fake silk. He goes, come on.
No, I've got to start listening to that
Yeah,
again.
you do.
Okay. Todd Cook says you don't have to stop talking about T-shirts. He's our
I
T-shirt
love
guy.
T-shirts.
Right, and please, the Tulsa Music Stream shirt right behind me. Get them and then post a picture of it in the group, and get your friends to join our Tulsa Music Stream page and our group and all that good stuff, because more the merrier, man. And
For
if
sure,
you got
for
got
sure.
like someone's birthday or like Christmas or Easter, like that'd be an awesome Easter bunny.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Stuffer,
Absolutely.
a little stocking stuffer.
We have a really cool guy in the chat room. I hope I'm saying your name right. Adam Merigliano. He says, I like the last 15 minutes. Well, I like you.
Thanks, man.
I like you
Thanks,
a
dude.
whole lot. That's very kind of you.
Hey, Adam Richmond is in the chat room.
What's up, Adam?
What's up, dude? I'm waiting.
It's going to be any time now.
Yeah, it is.
But we got this. See. We got this.
See, now that I got a hold of
I guess the question in the chat was actually about Rocket Science T-shirts. We've got a whole bunch of designs coming in an online store. Identity Merch is going to be hooking us up with that as well. Man, the stuff Todd's going to do for us is going to blow your mind. There's going to be a hoodie with print on the front, and it zips down the middle. So probably be like Scott and me on one side, and Justin and Doug on the other side, and then you're just going to split us right in half when you zip that thing down. So it's going to be
head to
super
toe.
cool. Yeah, super cool.
Super Freaky.
No, I think Alex has dogs, right? Because oh, holy.
What was that?
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Alex, how you doing? Are you having problems with getting? She sent it to you in your email. Do you
No,
wanna
it's in his private
Oh,
message.
it's in your it's in your private message. She says.
Facebook.
So did you email that to him?
It's in his Facebook private message.
Okay. Can you send it to his email?
You betcha.
Okay, it's coming your way. No, not too much at all. We're good.
All right.
There you go.
Well.
See, behind the scenes right there. Thanks for joining in the bloopers reel.
Okay, so I'm gonna. You all just keep doing what you've been doing because
So we're gonna be sending now the link through.
You know what? I don't have his email.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Wow.
Write it down because we don't want to say it on air.
Wow.
Damn, this is why we should do a pre-recorded show. Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm sending it to Tulsa Music Stream.
Scott, just let me see your phone. Let me just see your phone. This is good TV right here. Oh my goodness sakes.
Here.
Appreciate you.
God.
It's, live, you're bound to encounter some issues. So, technical difficulties be damned. We move on. We forge ahead. We're waiting on Jana to send Alex the Zoom link. I feel like we're just a minute or two away from Alex from Quiet Riot. And like I said, we're partial to Quiet Riot. He's our our second out of 3 Quiet Riot members. So,
All right, email sent. Thank you very much for that.
let me help you out there. Right on.
This is fascinating.
This is different for sure. For sure.
Different is an understatement. I am sweating like a stuck pig.
No.
I'll tell you, what I am happy about is that the Padres swept the Dodgers over the last 3 days, and they've won 7 in a row. So, go San Diego Padres.
Yeah.
I feel bad for you because when you have to watch Padres home games,
I
are you up till
know.
like 2 in the morning?
Oh, listen, I rarely make it till the end of the game because they start at 9 o'clock our time, and that's been an ongoing problem for years.
Here we go, fellas.
All right.
I'm going to start
Hey,
our
Alex.
virtual camera. Hold on, Scotty. All right. Hey, buddy, can you see us?
Yeah.
I can. There you are.
How are you?
You doing okay?
Sure.
Right on.
Sure.
We appreciate you hopping on here with us. We got a lot to talk about with you, and we'll try to not tie you on here for too long. But man, okay, you guys are about ready to hit the road again, and it must feel so great to be getting to the point where you're out of lockdown and back on the road. It looks like you're going to be in Monaga, Minnesota next Friday, July 2nd, and then after that you've got a. Okay. Right.
It was great, and we're really looking forward to getting back out there and like getting multiple shows in a row under our belts with this lineup. It's gonna be great.
Very good. And you guys are doing a private party shortly after that. Do you guys generally enjoy private parties, or it's got to be a totally different vibe?
Can you hear him now?
They're all different. They're usually you don't know what you're walking into, but usually they're pretty good area, and there's a reason why they're private.
Right.
True.
Right. So what songs on the set list can people expect to hear this go around?
We're doing most of the Mental Health album and a couple off Condition Critical, and a couple off QR3, which Chuck Wright, was he contributed a lot of the songwriting to, and just basically the same, we're playing the hits, what people want to hear,
Cool.
maybe a new song or two. We're not sure yet. We're working on some new stuff.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yep.
Now I know you're getting ready to release something with Hookers and Blow, right? A new album?
Yes. The pre-order comes out next week. You can pre-order the digital and whatnot, and then the entire thing. Actually, I just found out yesterday, comes out August 13th. It's been pushed back. That's limited edition vinyl. It's going to be limited to like 1,000 pieces, CD, and then obviously downloadable digital. So all different platforms will be available by the middle of August.
So all the members in Hookers and Blow, you got Dizzy Reed, who's
Mhm.
Guns N' Roses, and I believe
Yep.
Chips Enough is on bass. Is that right?
No, Disney. Okay, we have. It's kind of like Spinal Tap. Hookers and Blow is basically it's the Hookers and Blow started about 17 years ago. It's myself and Dizzy Reed from GNR, and we've had a rotating cast of bass players and drummers, but the core of the band that we've had for the past decade or so has Johnny Kelly on drums from Typo Negative and Danzig, and now Quiet Riot, and we have Mike Duda on bass from Wasp.
Oh, right on.
That's sort of and Nadja, Dizzy's wife, sings backup. So it's the five of us. That's sort of the main lineup. We have had Chip Zinoff. We've had Todd Kearns on bass from Slasher's band. We've had Robbie Crane. It's been a hell of a ride. We've got to play with some great guys.
Yeah, I think I saw a video on YouTube where I think you guys were doing Beastie Boys or something in a club, and I think
that's on the record. That's on the record.
Chip was on bass on that one, and everyone was just kind of having a drunken good time. So it looked fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys get to play out live much with Hookers and Blow?
Wow, schedules permitting, yes.
Right.
Between Guns N' Roses and Quiet Riot, there's a lot of juggling there, and then with the pandemic, it's been I think we did maybe a half a dozen shows in the past 2 years whenever we could.
Okay. Now you said something really exciting a couple minutes ago. You talked about some new songs. Can the fans expect a new Quiet Riot album soon?
I don't know how soon, but yes, there will be a new Quiet Riot album, and it will have Frankie Banali on it.
Oh, that's
he left
cool.
behind.
Wow.
He left behind a lot of drum tracks completed. A lot of it was stuff we were working on before he passed away. Some was some brand new stuff, and we're all, we're kind of piecing it together now, and it's coming together great. So it's like, he definitely was prepared for for some new stuff.
Well, that's really cool. I mean, I know, I've read a lot of things even before he passed about giving you guys the blessing for you guys to carry on.
Right.
There's a lot of commotion about it. There's a lot of haters about it, and I know you've had to kind of speak out against some of those haters and things, and carrying on with Quiet Riot without Frankie. I understand it's a lot of pressure on you, and the fans are just going to react and everything. But you've been through this
listen,
before,
if you don't listen, the bottom line is this. I mean, at first there was this backlash and this and that. If you don't like it, don't fucking come. Don't buy a ticket.
Right.
There's plenty of bands touring this summer. Everyone's been out of work, and if you're that concerned with how I earn a living, you have to go on how I earn a living. You have to go on the internet and talk about it. Then I guess I got a pretty cool fucking job.
Oh yeah, you do.
Because that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I pointed this out a few weeks ago. Most of the time, those people are so ignorant anyway. They don't use proper punctuation or spell words right anyway.
Well,
so their opinions aren't worth too much.
Well, they're not really worth anything. I mean, it's funny because some of these guys get more upset about who is or isn't in Quiet Riot or whatever band you name than the big guys in the bands themselves. I mean, if you look around at the world we're in right now, what's going on, and if your biggest concern is who's playing bass in Warrant,
right,
you got a fucking problem.
Right.
Okay, you got to rethink you might want to rethink your priorities a little bit.
Exactly.
Or I was actually saying yesterday, I did a podcast. People do fantasy football or fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe some of these dudes do like fantasy rock band, where like they can put their ultimate band together, and that'll just keep them off the internet. They can just have their fantasy bands play gigs with each other because
Man,
great idea.
that's
obviously
freaking
there's
brilliant.
they put together your version of Wasp. Really think, it's really great. And I think Blackie should get so and so. Wait a second.
Yeah, and even the ones who are gone.
You build your own Wasp.
Right.
I like that.
But carrying on without Frankie, and condolences to all of that.
Yes.
Thank you.
On. And
it was a rough couple of years. I mean, it's one thing when Kevin passed away, it was like that. It was like sudden. It was like ripping off a Band-Aid. But with Frankie, we all knew it was coming, and it was definitely looming. And I'm really, really grateful I got to say everything I got to say to him, and him to me, and we all we were all prepared for it when it finally happened, and that's a good thing,
Yes.
I wanted to touch on that a little bit. I got to meet Frankie a couple times when he played in your guys' Rocklahoma performance. I met him backstage in 2007. I saw him at Streets Gone Wild here in Tulsa, and he seemed like a really nice guy. I mean, what was some of the last moments you've had with him? Was in high spirits and everything? And
yeah, our last show ended up being December 30th, 2019. he was ready to play most of in 2020, but the pandemic obviously put a damper on that for everybody. The last time we played together was December 30th, 2019, and it was in Michigan with Lewis and Rat, and at that point he had been through almost 15 or 16 rounds of chemo, and he had lost all the feeling in his hands and his feet. But he got behind the kit, and he played like a 25-year-old kid.
Jeez.
You'd never in a million years know this guy was down. He was on 130 something pounds,
Power of
and
rock and roll.
and he played perfectly. And then after the show, we were having dinner, and you could tell he was just back to being, worn out. And I said,
Sure.
"How did you do that?" He goes, "When I get behind the drums, I forget I have cancer. I forget I'm sick, and I just play. I hear you guys. And it's muscle memory at that point because he had no feeling in his hands, and
That's
his
very
fingers, and he's still. So it's a testament to what how music truly is in someone's blood like that.
Yeah,
And Alex, it's none of our business what was said in your last conversation. That's between you and Frankie. But I do want to ask you, were you fully aware when you were speaking to him that last time that was going to be it? And did you walk away with that feeling?
The last time I spoke with him, I actually spoke with him the day he passed away, right before.
Is that right?
damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, that gave me chills. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
We all knew when it was time, and it wasn't in person, it was over Zoom. But I believe I live in Las Vegas, but his wife and his daughter and Rudy Starzan were all out in LA together with him, and a couple people got on on Zoom like this, which that meeting I was on time for, by the way. And we got to say our goodbyes, and I said what I had to say, and it's before that too, we also had said had communications about what things were going to do and everything. And one thing with Frankie, he was very transparent about things, because it's one thing to say, I went to the doctor and I got cancer. Now there's a million kinds of cancer. He came back and died stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and it's metastasized to my lungs and my whatever. And I'm like, what's that mean? You're like, go home and Google it. There's no stage 5. I'm like,
wow.
That right there, it's like he wasn't pulling any punches. It was like, this is it. I got 3 to 6 months, and I'm going to make the best of it.
Wow. Incredible. Do you personally feel, and I hope you don't, but do you personally feel a lot of pressure, just personally on your own shoulders, to carry on this legacy, or do you almost just have a free spirit about it?
I have a. It's just, this is what I do. I've done my whole life. That's why I think when people have an opinion about what I should do with respect to the band carrying on, it's like, dude, you're not me. You don't do what I do for a living. You could walk a mile in my shoes. I've been doing this for the better half of my life, and then in Quiet Riot for almost half my life, for that matter. So no, I'd say it's just what this band. I mean, I've told this to a couple singers we had after we got back together after Kevin passed. I said, and we started getting uppity and fucking getting be lead singers. I'm like, listen, dude, if Kevin Dubrow didn't stop this fucking band, you certainly are.
Sure. You think that would be that's harder to carry on without the voice of the band?
Right.
Usually.
Yeah, and we were able to do that.
That's right.
And then when Frankie got sick, Frankie's like, Frankie actually said, he goes, I remember when you said to that guy that if Kevin dying didn't stop us, nothing would. So I guess me dying is not going to stop it either. Because I think it's truly the band. It's a brand. It's bigger than any one or two people.
That's true.
Yeah, funny.
Aside from say like Lennon, McCartney, or Axl and Slash, there's very few bands that you can really. I mean, we're all replaceable in everything in life.
Absolutely.
It's funny you say that.
And 10 out of 10 people are going to die. So you take those two things and add them up.
Right.
Yeah, chances are we're not going to be the only band with no original members at some point.
Sure. It's funny you say that. We had Rudy Sarzo on here a couple weeks ago, and we kind of posed we were talking to him about Quiet Riot, and the gist that we took away from his comments, he talked about how when Randy died, the band carried on almost in tribute to him. Well, now we've lost both, Kevin and Frankie, and you guys are carrying on the name and the tribute. So it's like it's been a tribute to those we've lost for many, many years. Yeah. So you guys are really doing yourselves proud, and you're doing the Quiet Riot name right. And I'm glad that Chuck
I mean,
is with you.
Yeah, and Rudy gave his blessings for you guys to continue, and I thought that was really cool because we
Yes.
did ask him that question.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask.
Oh yeah,
you,
no, Rudy's been very supportive. I'm actually doing his show in a couple days.
Yeah,
Cool.
saw that.
Sarzo. Yeah, no, it's a big family. I mean, when Frankie passed, we couldn't have a service because of COVID, but we had the gathering out in L.A. at his house, and the Randy Rhodes, the Rhodes family was there, Rudy was there, Sean McNabb was there, all their old managers and producers were there. It was a family affair. It's not like other bands where there's like 3 different versions fighting over the trademark or any of that. It's very no drama. Everyone's just like, yeah, do it, go for it. We have your back.
Do you ever sit back and go, "Holy shit, I'm in the same position that Randy Rhodes once held in this band"?
I
The
think
thing is-
myself a lot, yeah. Because there's one thing.
He
There's
said-
been a million bass players in that band, but there's
Right.
only been like 2 guitar players,
Right.
and
Right.
yeah.
Rudy said though, when Randy was in the band that it was a vastly different band. It was like more glam 70s
Yeah,
stuff.
well,
And he said that
it
when Randy left, that Kevin Dubrow started the band Dubrow, and that was kind of the bridge that gapped the 2 bands, and then of course they get back together, as she said, a tribute to Randy Rhodes. But yeah, I mean I'm a bass player, but I'm obsessed with Randy Rhodes, and I would probably be going, holy shit, I am in the same position Randy Rhodes was.
I mean, when I met Kevin in 2003, on the website together, and I was writing my bio, and he wrote my bio for me, and he put Alex Rossi's a young guitar player I've met since the first time I met Randy Rhodes. Gifted, not best, not better than, but gifted. And that put a lot of like, whoa. And he goes, I mean it. He goes,
That's pretty cool.
You got something. He goes, I see a little Randy in you. And I'm like, okay. He goes, let's develop it. And he was always very nurturing and trying to get me, pushing me to be a better player and whatnot. Because I was like 25, 26 when I met those guys initially,
So I wanted to talk a little bit about one of Kevin's one of the final performances he did, and it was an awesome performance. It was at Rocklahoma 07. That was a huge event. Just a lot of people, and then there was a big buzz about it. People coming from all over the world to see that show with all of the bands that were involved, with you guys included. I believe that was a Saturday night. But anyway, maybe it was Friday.
We played the Friday or Saturday.
Friday.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it was Friday. I think it was the night that Poison played.
It was us, Rat, and Poison that night. Yeah,
there you go. But that was an amazing performance because you guys were right at there was kind of starting to go dark a little bit, and then it went dark. So you kind of had the best of both worlds. We can see you real clear, and then it was the lights. So it was a great performance, and I got to see Kevin walked right by me, and he was as tall as a tree. I never knew how tall he was.
You don't realize he didn't look tall on TV until you met him in person.
Yeah. But what memories do you have of that show? Because you guys were on fire, and I've seen you guys many times. I've actually seen you with this lineup probably about 3 or 4 times. One time was at a casino out here in Pensacola, Oklahoma. But that performance at Rocklahoma was just mind-blowing, and just to know that it was one of his last just makes it, that more special.
Yeah, that particular show I remember him being really pumped up for because he was going to be with all of his peers. Vince Neil was there, Poison was there, Rat was there, and it was like a lot of testosterone floating around backstage. It was like, everyone, for the first time, and I think that was the first type of those shows where all the 80s bands got together to play. And right before that, we had done Sweden Rock over in Sweden, and we opened for Aerosmith, which was massive. It was huge. Like 45,000 people. But there was something about being with, while wanting to outdo the Rat and the Poison. Kevin took it very seriously. And I always say if the stage was 500 feet, Kevin made it 550 feet. He would work every inch of that stage, up and down. I mean, he was the real deal. And obviously you'll never replace a guy like that. They broke the mold when they made him, but he definitely tore it up that day. He was on fire. He was ready to go.
Awesome.
He was like in a cage all day on the airplane. I remember he was ready. He was like, give me in. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we've been touring like incessantly that summer too. So we were really, really tight at that point.
It's cool.
You're right. And that was shortly after Rehab was released. And I do have a question about Rehab, because Rehab is actually a really good album. I've always enjoyed it. I actually got it off of iTunes when it came out, and I still have it on my phone. It's got good stuff, and there's a song on there that I believe that you wrote. I want to say it was Free, maybe.
Yeah, I wrote Free and Strange Days on that record.
Both those songs are great, and the first track is all of them are just great songs, great album. Kevin sounds great on it, you sound great on it, but I do have a question. It's not on Spotify, and it's like a really killer album, and that and 10, which was, I guess, half live, half studio stuff.
Yes.
Do you have any you know?
You know what? That would probably be a question for whoever licensed, because those two records were self-financed by the band, I believe, and then licensed out to labels afterwards. So that's probably
a label thing.
Yeah, I think at some point you're going to see all that stuff in one place. I mean, I know that there's a vinyl edition of Rehab that just came out through another company, so I'm sure at some point it'll be on there.
Yeah,
You know.
it's a great album,
Yes.
and just having one of the last albums that Kevin was on, and of course Frankie.
He was so proud of that album. I remember when I first were in the band, the first song we ever wrote together was Free, and then we wrote about 9 or 10 songs for that record. Those two made the cut, and he was in such a good place, and he got to kind of really live out one of his fantasies, like his bucket list thing, which was doing a duet with Glenn Hughes. They did "Evil Woman" by Spooky Tooth on that record, and Glenn played bass and he sang back and forth. And to do a singing duet with Glenn Hughes, that takes some fucking balls,
Right.
Yeah.
And he nailed it, and he was really, really proud of that. So I'm glad he got to at least see some art left behind for him, rather than something he wouldn't have been as proud of. He was really happy with that record.
Yeah. Hey, all of us here have watched the documentary. Well, Now You're Here, There's No Way Back. We've watched it multiple times.
Yeah, probably about 20. That and Twisted Sisters, like both of them,
Yes.
like back to back, are just awesome.
Yeah. Were you pleased with how that came out?
Yeah, I was. It's kind of surreal to watch it because it's 5 years of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see me age during the thing,
Right.
You even got married in it, right?
Yeah, I got married. Yeah, but by the time it was in theaters, I was divorced.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. As they say, warts and all.
Ah.
But no, when it came out great, and Regina really surprised people, because when we were making the movie, we had obviously cameras following us, and we'd be doing shows with other bands, and be like, "Oh yeah, we're making a movie too." It's like yeah, but ours is going to be better. Well, let's see. It's now been about 10 years, and I haven't seen one other band have a movie on Showtime for 2 years.
Right.
So Regina really, as for her first film, she really proved a lot of people wrong, and I'm proud of her for that.
Yeah,
sure.
it came out great.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. How well did it do for you guys? I know Frankie.
It really elevated the band's perception, and, keeping the name out there, and it also introduced this lineup to the general public. Because up until that point, people thought of Fire Ride as the video from 1983.
Right.
They didn't realize the band was still going. I mean, your general civilian that doesn't live on fucking Blabbermouth doesn't know these bands still, play.
Yeah.
And they don't. They're just, so they hear, oh, Fire Ride playing the State Fair, cool. And then they see the movie. They go, oh, I saw the movie about these guys. Yeah, that guy, this guy, and it kind of it gives a little backstory to what's going on now. And I think that's very important, because in the 80s, when we used to look up to rock stars and band guys, you knew them as people. Like, you had Circus Magazine, where you knew the name of Nikki Sixx's new fucking cat and shit like that,
Yeah.
Nowadays, bands are pretty faceless, and there's so much content out there. So I think it was good to put out a movie that wasn't available everywhere. It was only on Showtime, and you had to buy it. They made it a little more special,
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a cheap reality show, which other people do. It was done right.
Right.
It took some time, and obviously a lot of money was spent, but it was worth it.
The thing I liked about it, I mean, there were many things I liked about it, but I felt like the first half was pretty heavy. It was some pretty heavy stuff. Then it kind of, it turned the tide, and it almost was like watching some kind of like sporting event. And here we are, we're pulling for Quiet Riot. Like, you guys are a comeback kid, and we're like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
And the ending is just great, and it just feels, it's a feel good story at the end.
It's
loved it.
funny. I mean, it's cool and funny, and just you get to see a lot about Frankie and his personality, and he gets so pissed off at things, and he's like the quarterback of a team. He loves everybody, but he wants to fucking throw that touchdown. Let's get that touchdown, guys.
I kind of feel the way he feels now.
Right. You gotta take that
I'm
over.
I'm in his spot. I understand the pressure now. I didn't totally get it before, but now it's like, yeah, I can see why it's stressful. There's a lot more work to be done, but like I said, this is what I do. I'm not nervous about it. I mean, it's like if you asked me to learn how to change a transmission out or something, I'd be scared. But this, no problem.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Road Rage. I think that's a great album as well. James Durbin, the singer, lights out vocal style, and then he ended up doing a couple more, and then your live performance, which is great too. All three of those efforts are just touchdowns, like we were saying. And James, do you still speak to James? I know that he was kind of a friend of yours, and that.
Yeah, James. I mean, really, he wanted to go do his own thing, and I can't stop him. He ended up leaving the band in September of 2019, and 24 hours later, Jimmy was back. It's business. I mean, I can't. I've spoken to him since. Yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, I have nothing bad, nothing. I don't know. I mean, I don't even really know what he's up to. Really, I know I guess he put out a record, but whatever. I'm a little preoccupied with some other things right now. To worry about that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
true.
So I did not know that you were in Bang Tango, and I guess that was 2004 and 2011. You were with Bang Tango.
Well, that's how I got into Beautiful Creatures. I met Joe doing Bang Tango and Creatures simultaneously.
Cool.
Yeah, Joe's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
I got to hang out with him at Rocklahoma. He was all over the place. He actually had me he came over to the side of the stage, and he's like, we just had done our performance. We're a local band from Tulsa, but we played before them, and they went out there, and we're on the side of the stage. I'm sweating. It's Rocklahoma, and he walks over, and he hands me his beer, and he's like, hold this for me. And he starts singing. I'm holding his beer. I was like, okay.
Hey, you're lucky. You know what? I've seen him try to sing into the beer before. So you're lucky.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
love Bang
project
Tango.
as well.
He's a great guy, man. Well, we had Miller Lite.
He's one of my best friends, and we've been very close ever since. I mean, I've been working off and on with Joe for like 20 years now. He's great.
Cool.
That's funny.
Hey, we'll let you go here in a couple minutes. We did have a viewer ask if you would be willing to show us at least one of your guitars just real quick.
Hey, what's the polka dots back there?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think it is?
I know. Well, of course, I'm going to ask you to pull that one out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a Paul Reed Smith. I sent them a picture of Randy Rhoads' V, and they made a copy of it.
That's
as
beautiful.
Paul Reed Smith.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Beautiful.
Very
beautiful.
cool.
They're all pretty much Paul Reed Smith guitar. That's all I play, really.
That's
Right
great.
Who was your first guitar hero? The first one in your life?
Like Flash.
Slash.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean, I was Flash for Halloween 1 year before I even got a guitar. I got a top hat and a leather jacket. Yeah.
Right.
That's so great.
I saw that. I also saw that you're a Boston Red Sox fan. Am I correct?
Yeah. I'm actually, you know what? I was a Mets fan. I was an '86 Mets fan until the World Series, and I looking back at the '86 Mets, they were like the Guns N' Roses of baseball. They were like the worst people ever.
Oh yeah,
on one team.
Yeah. Gooden,
Strawberry, Gooden, Lenny
Right.
Dykstra. I mean, those guys were fucking criminals,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
won the World Series.
You're right.
And I mean, but then when I moved to Boston, I went, going to Berkeley and whatnot. I was living behind Fenway Park, so I by proxy became a Red Sox fan.
So you still following them?
Nah, not really.
Right on.
Cool.
They're in the series.
So let's talk a little bit about
whatnot,
Jizzy Pearl. I guess he's going to be coming out with a new book. We're going to have him on our show, I believe, in July, and so we're looking forward to talking to Jizzy. But what's he like, man? I remember seeing him when he was in L.A. Guns, and of course I seen him when he sang for Rat and you guys. Is he fun to hang out with?
I wouldn't. Jizzy's Jizzy. He's his own person. He's very, very intelligent. Tells it like it is. He doesn't mince words. He's very funny if you have a little bit of a dark sense of humor, and he's a great interview. He's a great interview and a great storyteller.
Cool.
He'll have a great show.
That's awesome,
And
man.
he'll probably be on time.
He'll probably be on time,
That's
right?
funny. Well, if we want everybody out there to know that you can check out Alex's website at Alex Grossi. Let me spell that for you. AlexGrossi music.com. He's also on Facebook, Alex Grossi 1976. You've also got a Facebook page for Hookers and Blow merch. That's HNB merch. Facebook.com/Quiet Riot. And you're also on YouTube. And I want to give you an opportunity to, promote anything you want to promote, or just last words for the fans that are watching out here tonight.
No, you guys pretty much covered everything. The Hookers and Blow album comes out later this summer, and Quiet Riot's will be touring. So those of you who want to come see us and want to support us, come.
Sure.
And hang out, and just and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for accepting this what we're doing here. Because it means a lot. Positive energy, especially after everything we've been through.
Yes.
On top of the pandemic, I mean, it's been a tough one.
I know.
Especially, it's been a tough one for everybody, but we got it fucking. Well,
I know,
Sure.
brother.
Well,
We totally admire your tenacity and your never give up attitude, and
thank you. That really means a lot. Thank you.
Absolutely, you've got our full support. Thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate you
Thank
coming
you.
on with us.
Do it again.
Yeah. Thanks for continuing with Quiet Riot.
Yes,
Love
sir.
them. I'm a big fan of Quiet Riot, so my hat
Well,
tips to you, man.
hopefully we get to your neck of the woods this year. They're announcing a bunch of. Actually, we have about 20 or something dates already announced on our website, and there's more that have been booked since then. So, in about a week or so, check back and you'll see them up there.
Cool.
And
Excellent.
plus, you're an agent too. You work behind the scenes with
Yeah,
Pastor
I do
Pussycat
that
guys.
as well.
That's
So
fantastic.
yeah, you're a
Stay
busy guy.
busy.
That's the
Busy,
way,
busy.
That's the way to be. We wish you all the best, Alex. Thank you so much for your time on Tulsa Music Stream, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks,
Thanks,
for having me.
bud.
Thank you, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.
Awesome.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the time zone mix-up, that was great. That was fantastic. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Mhm.
So we just have a couple minutes. We're going to take a very short break, and then we're going to get back on here with Chips Enough from Enough's Enough. They're coming to Tulsa in August, and we'll be talking about that here in just a moment. Stick around. Help us get the numbers up here on tonight's stream. Share it with your friends, and we'll be back in a few minutes here on Tulsa Music Stream. Thank you so much.
I just hate it when the girl says, wait. I really want her by my side, don't hesitate. I really want her by my side, the whole night through. We do all the things that we wanna do. Well, come on, baby, don't leave me sad, 'cause you're good looking, the best I had. Making love, making love, making love, all night long. Making love, making love, making love, all night.
Welcome back.
Hey, Scott's on the phone ordering pizza.
He is.
That's so cool. we may be in another situation where we're waiting on the artist here. I mean, it's just now 7:28. We told him 7:30, but he's got a show tonight. You said they're in Grand Rapids, Michigan, with Enough's Enough.
No. I believe that's Iowa.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
I thought you said Grand Rapids.
I think that is.
That's Michigan.
Grand Rapids.
Right?
Cedar Rapids.
Cedar
is Iowa.
Rapids.
That's Iowa.
Cedar Rapids. Okay.
I think
That's
my
Iowa.
nephew lives there in Cedar Rapids.
I've been to.
Well, thank you everyone for sticking around and hanging out, and please, as always, keep sharing the stream.
Most definitely.
Sorry about that rough start. We did our best to fill it up while we waited for. It was just a time zone difference. No biggie. But that's sometimes the pearls of a live stream.
It is. Adam, I just saw your message, and I'm doing it right now. Let me know if that's any better.
What'd you do? What'd you have to do?
He said to turn our mics up about 15 more %. So I appreciate all that guidance.
Cool.
We're a little bit
All
rattled.
right.
We're a little rattled tonight, but we're okay. It's all good. Like I said, the sun comes up in the morning. Sorry about Alex's audio too. That was on his end. It was kind of garbled at times, but the joys of internet Zoom calls.
I do hope they get to make it through Tulsa. Quiet Riot, that is, to play again in the near future. It'd be nice to go check them out and say hello.
That lineup is really solid, and man, I mean, that's how they make their living, and it makes sense that they would carry on, especially having Frankie's blessing. I mean, they had that difficult last conversation, and I know Frankie said, you guys go forward and do your thing, make the name proud, and that's what they're doing. And I would never begrudge the remaining members the opportunity to carry that torch,
Yeah. I mean, he's in a tough spot, and I understand that, but, he's willing to take it on and,
Sure.
take it on.
Sure.
Props to him.
And get out there and do your thing, and just, you got to prove to everyone that you're legit and you're out there doing your thing.
Well, he's also invested a lot of years in it. It's kind of his thing now too.
It
It's
is.
not,
if
so
someone says, "Hey, I'm good with you continuing on," and it's like, fuck it.
Why
here
not?
we go.
I think that what Jana said earlier is spot on. It's been just a kind of a tribute the whole way through. Ever since Randy Rhoads' death. And I think that's really cool. So more power to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Guys, if you would, help us share the stream. We want to get the numbers up and get people back in here. I think having the technical issues, some people may have bailed out, but come on back in. We're still waiting on Chips Enough. Let's see here. Yep. Okay.
Waiting.
We were told that we filled for 36 minutes. That's pretty
here
incredible.
comes another 36.
Right. Right.
When did you guys get into Enough's Enough? Or were you a big fan?
Well, I really, it's funny because when the album came out with High on a New Thing and Fly High Michelle, I was in Bones Barkus at that time, and we covered High on a New Thing.
Nice.
And I specifically remember playing that at Iggy's. And then I think Fly High Michelle is a really, really, really pretty song. I think it's a really good song. I think right after that point is when I went on my Beatles trip, so I kind of zoned out all the 80s stuff for a while and just kind of did my thing.
Yeah.
So
I love that album, especially, and Strength, the next one was really good too.
Yeah.
Mark was really into him heavy.
Was he?
Jeff is too.
And I mean, he would listen to that thing all the time, and it just. I loved the way they looked, and Chip looked cool playing the bass and on stage and stuff, and he just had a cool vibe to him.
You know what I was surprised to see is after Donnie left, how well Chip sang the songs, and they sounded good. They sounded almost just like when Donnie sang them.
I agree.
Yeah, they sounded really well.
Yeah, I want to get into that with him. I mean, it's hard to sing and play. I would think that singing and playing bass would be really hard. I mean, because the bass, everybody always kind of downplays the bass, but if you play
Who
it,
does that?
Well, jerks. But if you play it the way it's supposed to be played, it can be intricate at times if you play it that way. But I can't imagine singing and playing bass at the same time. I think that'd be tough.
Well,
I'm going to drop him an email. Are you trying to call him?
I did try to call him, and there was no answer. I like to, know. I think Cedar Rapids is in Iowa is the same.
I think it is.
It's the same time zone. So unless they're starting at 7:30, maybe he was like, I tried to warn him. I was like, now you guys are playing. We'll make it work. I'm like, okay, So
okay.
Maybe they had to do sound check. I don't know.
Now, when is your show with them?
Well, funny you mentioned that. I actually have that if I can find it in all of this stuff. It's going to be
There you
Sunday, August 1st
Okay.
at the Venue Shrine. It's us, Poster Child, and then Enough's Enough. I know it's warm in here. I'm sorry.
That's
but
cool.
yeah, that's going to be a really fun show.
Yeah, get those tickets.
It's
Ticketstorm.com, right?
Yeah, Ticketstorm.com. And some people may know who Tony Proctor is. He's the one bringing this show in. It looks like the doors open at 7. The show's at 8. And pretty cheap tickets, $15 in advance or $20 the day of. It is a 21 and over show. But chance to see a couple of us locals open for a national. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
While we wait on him, this is a golden opportunity to talk about our sponsors. And I'm really excited about this first one. A lot of you guys may know who Dustin Little is. He has been a faithful supporter of this stream since day one, and I mean faithful. Like, this guy has he's been a regular donor and watches every stream. Super good guy. Well, we've got him on board with us as a sponsor now. His company is called Okie PC, and they provide practical technology and networking services for Oklahoma's local business community. You can reach them at 918-640-0892, or you can email Dustin at okiepc.com. Welcome aboard to Tulsa Music Stream, and thank you for your sponsorship and your support. Let's talk about... Oh, is that Chip?
Hey, hello.
We're going to get back to these sponsors here in just a minute. Actually, I'm going to keep going. Keep going. Lita Ford is at the Ideal Ballroom this Saturday, June 26th, and our buddies in Straight Shot are opening. Doors at 7, show at 8. $30 tickets in advance.
Okay.
That show's probably going to
I'll call
sell
you
out.
if we do this. All right.
Show's probably going to sell out, guys. So get your tickets. Straight Shot
Okay.
got another batch of tickets, so you can meet up with Steve Eubanks or any of those guys. Pick up a ticket. And Scott, do we need to call him?
Yeah, maybe so. We can. We'll do like a phone interview with him.
Oh, okay. So you go ahead and set that up, and I'm going to keep going through the sponsors. So please go see Lita Ford at the IDL this Saturday. Once that show's over, come over and see us at Lenny's. Identity Merch, thank you for handling our online store. We appreciate Todd Cook so much. He's got all these cool t-shirts and hoodies and tanks available. I'm going to cut back to us real quick.
Hello.
Hey, Chip's Enough. This is Tulsa Music Stream.
Hey.
How you doing?
What's that?
This is Tulsa Music Stream. Is this Chip?
This is Alex calling offering to beat Chip if you need me to.
Ah, holy shit.
We have you live.
You might not want to do that. Oh, hey, how's it going? You want to talk to Chip?
That'd be great.
That's funny.
That'd be great.
What's happening?
All right,
Let me
man.
get Chip. Hold on.
All right, thanks. How funny. The beauty of live broadcasting.
Right.
I love it. I'm sweating.
Hello. Hey guys.
Hey, Chip.
How you doing, Chip?
Hey, it's Chip.
How you doing, buddy?
So,
Doing good. Thanks for having me on. Sorry I'm a little late. We're on tour here in Iowa.
No problem.
that's fine. So, you're on tour with Faster Pussycat, I see, huh?
Oh yeah, they're great guys. Yeah, Tammy and the guys have been great to us. So the third show so far, and it's been great. Yeah, really a good celebration of all good brothers and sisters out here on the road. You know.
Very good.
Well, you sound great. You are you what time do you play tonight? Do you go on at like here in an hour?
There's a day sheet here somewhere, but I usually have one of the guys come get me. I'm Chips Enough. I don't need to look at the day sheet. So I think about an hour from now, though, yeah, we're gonna go play the hits, and then Tammy and the guys are gonna come out and do their thing, and we're gonna hang out with everybody afterwards.
Ah,
That
well,
sounds fun.
yeah. So you guys, your next show will be June 25th in Kansas City. That's Sunday, August 1st.
That's correct. Yes.
And then we
Scene
also
Rock Bar. Yes, great bar.
yeah, and we then we're going to be opening up for you guys our band Rocket Science at the Venue in Tulsa, and that will be August 1st. So we're looking forward to seeing you and the guys, and it's going to be a great show, and we can't wait to hear it.
Absolutely, yes. We're looking forward to it. The tour's going great, and like I said, it's a good celebration. We've long overdue. The COVID and the pandemic and the lockdown and everything got everyone really focused and everything. So it's going to be great. We can't wait to see you guys.
Well, that's cool. So tell me a little bit about your radio show, Chip.
Oh, it's incendiary. Yeah, I mean, we do. It's on Dash Radio once a week. We hit like 500,000 people, and it's just been great with Monsters of Rock. We talk about rock and roll road stories. I play all the good stuff: Kiss, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, all of the friends of mine. We tour with over the years. We got great stories, and it's just been great. Been great for the band. It really elevates our perception and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool. So we wanted to talk a little bit about Donnie. Have you talked to him much? How's he doing? His health wise?
Donnie and I, we'll always be close. We went through a lot together, and there'll be some hopefully some new music very soon. We shall see. It's that's definitely a question for Chip at some point when he's not. I don't want to speak for Chip without talking to Chip first. If you know what I mean.
Sure. So listen, I was in doing the research for you guys. I saw that you were formed in 1984, but I didn't know that your first single was called "Fingers on It" and it was in a movie. Am I correct?
It's news to me. No, yes, actually, I was. Obviously, our breakthrough hit was "Fly High Michelle" and "Do Think," but yeah, we definitely had a couple of years before that where we were slugging it out, trying to get a deal and whatnot.
Right. So, I know your original drummer was Vicky Fox, and then he went on and to play with Vince Neil. And then there's some issues that went on with him and Vince and everything. And I want to say he also played with Slaughter. I'm not sure though. But have you?
You want to say what?
Did Vicky Fox? Didn't he play with Slaughter for a little bit? Or am I wrong? Or was that just Vince Neil?
I don't believe he played with Slaughter. I don't even know. I can't keep it all straight. He definitely played with Vince, though.
Yeah.
Sure. With Vince, yeah.
All right. Have you talked to him much? How's he doing?
Nah, not that I can recall, no.
Okay. So Johnny Monaco, he was singing for you guys for a little while, and then I recently saw him here in Tulsa, and he was playing guitar for L.A. Guns for a little short time. He's a great musician. What happened with all that? Did he just not want to continue playing with you guys? Or?
Johnny just wanted to do his thing. He's a singer-songwriter in his own right, and I think he's more comfortable playing his own music or doing covers. And and enough's enough. It's basically me and Johnny, and it comes down to two dogs, one bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, I know you guys are getting ready to play the M3 Festival there in Maryland.
Yes.
How are those M3 festivals? I've never been to one, but I hear a lot of good
great.
things.
It's like a high school reunion. Everyone knows everybody. It's a lot of fun.
Well,
we do it almost every year. We're really looking forward to it. We're glad it's happening this July, so we're going to be there.
I'm seeing that some of your new lineup in the band is Dan Hill and what is it? Tony. I don't know. I'm going to let you say it. Tony
Stoffrigan.
Tony Fennell.
Okay, but Alex Kane, he's got a connection to Tulsa.
Alex has been doing some shows as well. He's a Chicago native, Life, Sex, and Death, great guitar player, great guy. Just all around. He's family. I've known him for years.
He's got a little Tulsa connection himself because LSD recorded their album at the Kane's Ballroom here in Tulsa. So it's kind of a weird little bit of trivia there. Yeah.
And it's a great album. They used to play here all the time. They had a really big following here, man. LSD. Love those guys. Wonder what's happened to that guy, the singer. What was his name?
Stanley.
I'd like to know the same thing myself. He was out of his mind.
Stanley.
So you guys are.
Listen, guys, I got to get going. They're calling me to the stage. I got to get going.
All right.
Thank you for putting up with me, and thanks for having me on the show. This has been great.
No problem.
Really looking forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks and promoting the tour. Really appreciate all your support.
All right, thanks a lot, Chip.
Tell Alex Grossi hi for us.
Who?
Take care, Chip.
We'll see you.
Grossi?
Yeah.
Oh, he was on here earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was.
Yeah, I bet he was late too, wasn't he?
He sure was.
He's such a jack off, that kid, that little rock star. I love him.
You're the best, Chip.
All right, Chip. You take
Thanks.
care, buddy.
Thanks.
Take it easy, guys. I love you.
Love
See
you.
in a couple weeks.
Have a
See
good
ya.
show. Wow.
Okay.
That was quick.
Wow.
This has by
That
far.
that was painless.
Can we? Okay, was this the dress rehearsal?
This has by far been, and I don't ever say this word, but this has been the most fucked up episode ever.
She doesn't ever say that word.
Oh my god.
For those who don't know, that was Alex Grossi
Was it?
as Chips Enough.
I don't get it.
He called me, or he called me and said, "Hey, I can be Chip if you want. I know his accent really well." And so I was sitting here going, "Okay." So I hung up, and she was going through all that shit, and then I'm looking at the
Holy
time. I was
shit.
like, "Fucking Chip's not coming,
Yeah,
man."
he's
So
not.
Well, if you look at this, whenever you first got on the phone, I messaged this to Jana, and I don't know if you can read it, but it says, "I'm
Hey,
confused."
hold on. Here, wait. Let's cut to the side shot.
Let's
Hold
do
on.
it.
Hold on.
This was my message to
I
Jana.
can't see that one
No,
either.
it does say I'm confused.
I thought these cameras were good. Yeah, I was too. I mean, there was a split second when I thought, okay, he couldn't make the Zoom, so he's on the phone. Cool. And then Scott just kept smiling and smiling and smiling, and
I
I,
just-
thought,
I was
this
just
is
cracking
not,
up because Alex was just like, "Hey, I can do his voice, man." And we'll
this,
just,
oh my God, y'all. Well, yeah, I mean the Zoom call is running, and there's
the
no
entire chat room.
there's no Chips
was
Enough.
confused.
So
Hey, so I guess Chips Enough's not coming on, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, or he's probably got his CDT time wrong as well.
listen, I'm just telling you guys, since you're my coworkers, I swear to both of you that when anytime I set these up, I drive it home what their time is going to be.
Yeah.
I say, we're in Central, you're in blah, 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 so make sure you come on at blah, blah, blah.
The same-
I'm trying, you all.
The thing is, we had such good interviews with Tim Ripper Owens and Rudy Sarzo and Steve. We were bound to have one like this, a night like this, because we've had so many good ones. And
So I can tell you guys right now why Chips Enough's not here, because Denise just said, it actually says on their Facebook page that their showtime was 7:30 tonight.
Yep.
That was his interview
okay,
time.
well,
Shit show. Shit
Well,
show.
I try to tell him. I say, "I know you're playing, so is this going to work?" And he's like, "We'll make it work." I have all the evidence right here on my phone
Sure,
that everything
sure.
was all
You
good.
know, I mean, there's a reason that musicians get a bad rap, right? Because we're not very organized. We're kind of spacey sometimes.
can I just ask you guys about your Rocklahoma memories?
I mean, hell, why not? We've got time to kill.
Tell me about Rocklahoma memories for you guys, Jenna. What's yours is going to be playing the Star Spangled Banner,
Just
huh?
give me a minute to get myself composed,
All
like
right.
10 seconds.
All right,
Just a second.
that's cool.
Hold on. Shh.
No,
Okay. My Rocklahoma memories are wonderful. You know, some of them are wonderful. Some of them are muddy. But, and I was actually, Scott and I were talking about this morning. In 2007, when we got to play the main stage, there was some kind of contest or something. Anyway, he's as tenacious today as he was as tenacious back then as he is today about things, and really just did a lot of cool stuff, and it helped make that show for us happen. And that was incredible. That was an incredible experience. But yeah, you're right, man. The Star Spangled Banner thing, and again, made possible by Doug Burgess. Thank you, Doug. That even tops Dawkins for me because I love America.
Jason Fitz says a shit show is a fun show.
It is. Well, it's okay. I mean, we were due. I'm telling you guys, we were due.
Hey, did you guys know that Jakey Lee played on Enough's 12th album, Dissonance?
No, does Chips Enough know that?
Alex, does Alex know that? Well, guess
You
what?
mean Alex/Chip?
Alex Enough.
That's pretty outstanding.
Thanks.
What about you? Like, you guys have played Rocklahoma several times. Do you have one that sticks out that was just amazing?
No.
Probably the very first one. Well, the one that sucked the most was when we got there and the storms had just started and everybody had to be forced out of the concert area into the campground. So that one sucked. I would say that the coolest one was probably the first one we played. I'm not sure what year that was. It might have been 15.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But yeah, no, they're always good. Always good memories. The last time we played, 2019, on the DEB stage,
Mm-hmm.
was kick ass. So
Yeah.
Scott, what's your... Hey.
Well, I'm hungry. I'm sure you guys are hungry.
You got to
Yeah.
tell us your favorite Rocklahoma
My
memory.
favorite Rocklahoma was when I was eating those corn dogs there off the side,
all
and
right.
Vince Neil was on stage, and
He was eating a
I
corn dog,
hungry.
too.
No,
I think that's
no.
a wrap.
And
Apparently so.
No, actually, my favorite performance was definitely the Quiet Riot thing. I thought that was great in 2007. But
Oh, performance-wise,
performance-wise, me in general,
Right. Right, I was gonna say you.
I thought the Thursday pre-party show was my favorite.
That was
Yeah.
outstanding. That was electric. Yep, that was fantastic. So I didn't get through the sponsors, so we got to give. Let's try this one again. This Saturday, June 26th, Lita Ford's at the IDL. Doors at 7, show at 8.
Hey, Jana, this is Chips Enough. How you doing? Hey, don't be talking about Lita Ford. I mean, talk about nuts enough.
I know. Go see Lita Saturday, and then come see us at Lenny's. I gave praise to Identity Merch. Keep watching our online store, because I think that we're going to be working on a new design for our shirt as well. And thank you, Greg Shipman, for the new banner that added our new sponsor. It looks great, and we appreciate you, gregshipman.com, for all your photography and video directing needs and all that other good stuff on there. And our buddy Adam Richmond has been in here tonight watching our mess of a show. We thank you.
You know, this is what happens when you go live. You
I
can
know.
have some really cool
I
shows,
know.
and then when you go live and you
I
think
know.
this is why people like to do their shows with editing and things like that.
We're bold though. We fucking just stick it out there, and we're like, hey.
Yeah.
And tonight it kind of, caught up with us, but
And I'm so glad that we're multi-platform streaming tonight. This one is a keeper for sure.
we do get a couple weeks off now, though.
Thank you, Jesus.
Unless something, but this is what's going to happen. We have a couple weeks off, and 2 days from now, one of us is going to text the other one and say, "Hey, can you do this date?" And it's going to be like in 5 days. So
Please don't say that, because I need some sleep. Anyway, hey, shout out Adam Richmond, you rock. Thank you for powering the Zoom calls for us. It would have been
Now,
nice.
how's he
if,
doing that?
Would have been
from
nice if our guests would have shown
Tahlequah?
up
How's
for
he?
it.
I mean, does it stretch out that far?
yeah,
Oh.
What are you talking?
technology these days.
You know
is
what?
real-
What?
He didn't come through with Chip, and he was a little late on Alex. So
I kind of want Alex to just be every.
if
guest
anyone gets
going
the blame
forward.
for the Zoom calls, it's going to be Adam, since it says powered.
No, no.
I blame Adam Richmond for this one.
Adam powers them, but it's up to the guests to show up and be on our little goofy show.
Tulsa Music Stream.
Holy Moses, man!
Well, let's go do dinner and
Let's do it, man.
and wipe our brows.
I'm gonna wipe something. That's for sure.
I'm gonna
Tulsa Music Stream. Thanks for checking us out.
He's wanting
Alex
to get out of here.
Grossi, great guy. I can't
Definitely.
wait to see them play again.
and an impersonator too.
Yeah,
So-
that's going to be in the books. That's for the ages there.
So we're gonna attempt this again on Tuesday, July 13th at 7 p.m. with Ron Keel.
Ron Keel.
I'm confident he's gonna show up because that dude is very professional as
He
well.
is. He
So-
is. That'll be a good one.
Adam says there went your Yelp review. Love it.
Thanks for the experience tonight,
Yeah,
guys.
we tried.
It
We
was.
we always mean well, and we know you mean well too. Thank you for supporting us.
Thanks for hanging.
We'll be back in a couple weeks.
Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.
Jeez.